I'll be explaining to you what support and resistance is. Support and resistance is a specific area marked on your chart where price tends or likes to bounce up or bounce down. For support, I like to think of it as the floor of your house. You stand on it. So when price comes down and touches the floor, it typically bounces up. Now for resistance, I like to think of it as the ceiling on your house. When price gets to it, it typically bounces down because there's nowhere higher to go. The cool thing about support and resistance is that it's interchangeable. When support is broken through, it can then become resistance, and when resistance is broken through, it can then become support. Let's take a look at my screen and I'll show you on a line chart what support and resistance looks like. Now we can see here on our chart what is a rough drawing of a market, and there are key areas that we can see price begins to bounce at. Now what you'll do is you'll take your horizontal ray or your horizontal line, and this is what you'll use to draw your areas of support and resistance. So let's draw the floor first, or support. We can see price got to this area and it's bounced. It bounced once here, bounced again here, came down, and it bounced again before pushing higher. That means this is a well-respected area of support. And now we're going to look for our resistance zones. We can see here, let's grab our horizontal line, that price came here, bounced, and it came here and bounced. So we're going to draw our line roughly about there. Again, your support and resistance lines are areas. They don't have to be exactly perfect. But here we can see price came up around this area, bounce, came down, came up, touched here, bounced, came up, we got a little bounce. Now price broke through our resistance. And like I said before, support and resistance is interchangeable. So now what used to be this ceiling or this resistance now becomes the floor. So price pushed up, came back down, and it bounced using this previous resistance now as support. Price came up, came back down, it bounced again. So now we know this is a good area of support, and it's being well respected in this market. Just like trend lines, the more touches on a support and resistance zone, the more that area is being upheld and respected. Now I'll show you how to draw support and resistance lines on a candlestick chart. So now we're on our candlestick chart, and we're going to grab our horizontal line, and we're going to look for areas where we see price bouncing multiple times. So I will start from the bottom and work our way to the top. So here we can see that price bounced 3 times on this bottom line. We've got one here, another here, and another here. And then we also see price bounce at the top here a few times. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 bounces before price was able to push through. And like I said, resistance when it's broken turns into support. So this is pushed through and price came back down and bounced on what used to be this resistance is now support and pushed price higher. And we see price came to this point, came back down to this resistance, which is now support. It bounced off the support, bounced here again and pushed higher. And we see that we have another resistance zone roughly in this area. Price came up here, bounced down, bounced here again. Price came up here again and bounced, shot down a little bit before it was broken through. This resistance got broken. So when resistance is broken, it becomes support. Price came back down, bounced, almost got here a little bounce and continued higher. And then you can see one more area of resistance that I would mark is this small area here. See price bounced here on this resistance, always pushing back down. Then it was broken and price came back, bounced and shot up, came here again, bounced, shot up, bounced, and continued going up.